Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nami and I've been traveling for 2 years now. I document my travels on here and I also do my best to fill you guys in along the way with travel tips and knowledge about the cities that I travel to. I've gotten a lot of questions lately on the topic of staying safe as a solo traveler and as a woman. So let's get into it. I want to make a point that traveling is only as intimidating as you allow it to be. Put any preconceived notions out of your head. When I told my mom that I was going to Chiang Mai, she flipped out and she was like, Wilder's gonna get swallowed by an anaconda. I don't know what the chances are of that, but I would assume that they're very low. But people can say anything and everything. And if you allow yourself to get caught up in the fear-mongering and the opinions of people who are not in the space to do what you're doing, don't have the capacity to even think about doing what you're doing, then you're going to get caught up. After the last 2 years exploring places that a lot of people wouldn't go or a lot of people have thought bad of, I can confidently say that I've never felt safer than I do when I'm traveling these countries. I do understand that there's curiosity around safety and there's a few things that can be done to take extra precaution or in the case of an incident, because that definitely happens. So I want to get into that. Know where you're going. I've said this a lot across my YouTube videos, but the best thing that you can do to keep yourself safe is know where you're going. Not just the country, but the city, not just the city, but the neighborhood, not just the neighborhood, but the excursions. Have a good idea of where you're supposed to be going so that you can get there. Take out any opportunities for something to go wrong. Research the destination, understand the culture, familiarize yourself with common scams. Sometimes they say don't take the taxis. Sometimes they say watch out for the excursions because they'll try to take you on a detour and take you to a place that is not supposed to be in the itinerary so that you can buy things from vendors that they work with. Just inform yourself. The more you know, the more comfortable you can feel. The more you know, the more confident you will feel. Know how to get to the locations you need to go to in the case that there's not GPS. Figure out where the nearest landmark is or something close to that you could get to. Pay attention along the way, whether it's in an Uber, whether it's in a car. I'm always trying my best to be super vigilant when I first arrive in a place that I haven't been before, just to map out the area. I walk as much as I can. I save locations on my Google Maps as I'm riding in Ubers and things like that. This is not a time to be on your phone. Okay, get your content, but yeah, while you're doing that, just make sure that you're paying attention to what's around as much as possible, especially if you're in a place that's not walkable. Book good accommodations and tours. Accommodations and tours that are recommended. Where you stay matters. So choose something with solid reviews and not just the reviews that are on the company website. Look it up in Google, look it up in Yelp, look it up on YouTube, on TikTok. Try to find real experiences that you can look at to ensure that it's safe enough for you and that everything is checking out. Switch up your routine. So I go to cafes all the time. I'm always in a cafe. I do my best to choose 2 or 3 different cafes until I find those 2 or 3. I will go to a new one every single day. Avoid staying in the same place over and over and over again unless you really feel comfortable with the environment that you're in, or at least avoid going there at the same time every single day. Being predictable can make you an easy target. So different walking routes, different cafes, and even different times that you leave the house. And that goes into my next tip, which is blend in as much as possible. Try to match the local style if possible. Don't wear flashy outfits. Don't have your equipment out for content creators. Don't walk around with expensive equipment. Know where you're going. Looking visibly lost can make you stand out. So the goal is to move like you belong there. And walk with confidence. Don't minimize yourself. Walk tall, keep your head up, own your space. Make direct eye contact with people. Confidence is one of the best deterrents against unwanted attention. even if you were a target, you wouldn't go down easy. This is a good one that I heard a while ago, and I thought it was definitely worth mentioning, especially for people who are not good with directions. Choose wisely on who you're asking directions from. If you have to ask, approach someone who is not able to follow you. So someone working behind a counter or working in general. Don't ask a random person on the street if you can help it. In the times where I forget where I'm going or can't find something, I usually try to like duck into a restaurant or find a bathroom somewhere I can regroup and figure out exactly what the heck I'm supposed to be doing. And just in general, stay aware of your surroundings. Be conscious of your environment. Notice who and what is around you. Pay attention to the way that people are behaving, and if you have a gut feeling, trust it. Definitely better to be safe than sorry. Create connections in the places that you're going. This could be with your Airbnb host. This could be with another content creator that you find and want to meet up with. Make connections with locals and other travelers if possible. This doesn't just enrich your experience, it also creates a good support system if you needed to call on somebody. Book good accommodations that have security, that have secure entrances, that were recommended from other people. You want to feel safe in your environment, and you definitely want to feel safe from the environment outside of your environment. And it's important to look at the reviews of the accommodations, especially because people will mention if they had a weird experience there, or if it didn't feel safe enough, if the doors didn't lock well. Like, there's all kinds of reviews out there on social media about these accommodations, especially ones that are bigger. So don't just go based off of the website. Again, make sure that you're doing your own research. Along with creating connections, don't forget to stay connected. Have an emergency contact that you check in with on the daily. You can share your Ubers with emergency contacts. I usually have my mom shared on mine, so anytime I hop in a Uber, she gets a notification that I'm going somewhere. You can also post your social media posts and stories and location tags and everything like that, but just be careful about doing that if you're going to be in a place for a long time. Like, if you're going to be in a cafe for a few hours, I would not post that you're there at the beginning of you getting there, because obviously that leaves room for somebody to come and meet you there. Do not broadcast that you're alone unless you really feel that you can trust somebody. It's super normal for people to just ask in a way of curiosity, like, oh, why are you here? Like, who did you come with? Are you staying alone? And I've noticed a lot, just people in general do this. I've noticed a lot of women feel very weird when the guys are doing it. And I mean, whatever the reasoning is, like, you don't have to tell somebody that you can always say that you're here visiting a family member, or you're here with a friend, or whatever. And if you feel uncomfortable, you can always hop on the phone with somebody and say, hey, I'm here in 5 minutes. Trust your intuition. I said this a little bit already, but go with your gut feeling. If something doesn't feel right, remove yourself from the situation. Block who you need to block. If you need to alert somebody, alert somebody. You don't need a logical explanation. You just need to trust yourself. Also, know the emergency contacts. Every country has their own set of emergency numbers. So I definitely recommend looking into what those are so you know them in the event that you need help. And also have travel insurance. I use Safety Wing. I have a link in the description if you are looking for travel insurance. It's short-term and long-term, and it literally covers everything. It's easy to overlook, but it really is a game changer, and it comes in handy, especially when you don't have to pay a lot for it. It can save you from a lot of major stress. At the end of the day, solo traveling, especially as a woman, is not as dangerous as people make it seem. You'll find a lot of people, including women, along your travels. The more you do it, the more comfortable that you'll feel. In my experience, this world has been far more welcoming than scary. And with the right precautions and confidence, you can travel safely and freely. If this video was helpful, don't forget to like, give me a comment, and subscribe to my channel. For more travel tips, check out the playlists on my YouTube channel. I have videos on Colombia, Thailand, and Costa Rica. And then I also have visual diaries where I document my travels with me and my 5-year-old across the world. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can catch me on Nami Hewitt. TikTok, also Nami Hewitt. And if you are interested in going on a hosted trip with me, then go down to the hosted trips travel link in the description. Bye!
Creation is coming.